Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to the live. I'm going to go ahead and share this um, into my group and on my page. I hope you guys are doing well and staying safe. Today, if you are joining me, go ahead and say hi in the group. I'm sorry, say hi in the comments so that I know that you're here with me and that I can say hello back because I like to know that I'm talking to someone. Um, yeah, I'm super excited to be here and kind of talk a little bit about what I've been seeing with my patients and also with just in the community overall. So this is something that I've been wanting to post for a while and things have been a little bit hectic, but I'm super excited to be here and do it now. If you have specific questions about CBD, let me know what they are. Hey Miriam, let me know what they are in the comments and I will do my best to either answer them or send you to a resource if possible. Sometimes it's hard to answer all the questions on the live because they may require a little bit further or more in-depth what's the word? It may require further or in-depth research, so I want to make sure that if I don't get back to you right away, that I will let you know um, in a message or something like that. All right, so I didn't mean to put that in there, but okay, there it goes. Um, Sorry, I shared that to the wrong group, um, but they'll appreciate it. Anywho, so here we are. So one of the things that I wanted to share really is because I've had a lot of people telling me that the biggest thing that they're experiencing right now with COVID and everything going on is anxiety. So much anxiety. So even with my clients that have had COVID or have COVID, the anxiety is really terrible. So they're having a lot of symptoms like shortness of breath and coughing, wheezing, a lot of residual, they're calling it active residual symptoms. And so if you can imagine um, when you're trying to breathe or when you can't breathe, the worst thing that can happen is that you're also anxious, like you are feeling anxious because you can't breathe. You're feeling anxious because you're having this tightening sensation um, when you're trying to catch your breath. So there's a lot to be considered with patients that are telling me, hey, I have shortness of breath and things like that, because we don't, again, I can't make any claims. Like I can't say, if you take CBD, it's going to do this. Because then, one of the things is this is considered a supplement for the FDA purposes, and we're not allowed to attach any conditions to CBD. However, I say all that to say we have tons of research, and the research is educational. And what I do is whenever I have any consultations, whatever symptoms they're experiencing, I will pull all the research and I will go through it and make sure that it does align with taking CBD or medical marijuana, right? So one of the things that has helped significantly is the CBD oil. That definitely helps. So what happens with CBD oil or anything that you put in your mouth is that it doesn't kick in right away. So one of my last patients, I sent her, and I am an affiliate with Nurse Grown Organic. So if you guys are wanting to get products, let me know and I will hook you guys up. But I did send her some CBD flower, and this is what I sent her, which smells absolutely amazing. I wish I could open this one, but I have some open in the back and I don't want to open another package. But I sent her some CBD flower because she was trying the oil and she found more relief with the flower, because what was happening is that once the breathing would get tight and she couldn't, like, you know, she was struggling, she needed something to ease that anxiety of I can't breathe. And so while some people would say, well, if you're, why would you recommend someone smoke? Well, think about it this way. If you can't breathe, you're going to want to do something to relieve that, and something that's going to do it immediately. She was discharged from the hospital with no medication, so she doesn't have anything that she can take at home for this. And this is not my first patient that's had these conditions. So with the flower, she was able to take it right away. and she was able to have relief of her symptoms immediately. Like within seconds, she was able to breathe, she was able to relax, and she was able to catch her breath. And those are the most important things. If you can't breathe, I feel like when I'm a nurse, it's like airway, breathing, and circulation are the things that we work on the most. But like breathing is like the most essential function, and that's why when people have asthma and any other respiratory conditions, you're always trying to get them to relax, and also give them something to open the airways. So we do know that CBD helps with inflammation, it helps with anxiety, um, and it also is a anti-inflammatory. Did I say that already? so, so we know the benefits, right? But because it's something that we can't test, like we can't just say, okay, everyone come in a room and everybody smoke, CBD, and let's see how it works and see if, smoking. I mean, we could actually do this, but COVID is so new that we're basically just kind of trying to catch up to COVID, right? And what's going on. So the other thing that has helped significantly people who don't have COVID is being able to relax and in many different ways. So recently, and I know I share a lot about having a shoulder injury, neck injury, but recently I have started using and started recommending massage oil. And so the massage oil is awesome because it is very relaxing, and it also helps with that muscle inflammation and that tension that's in the muscles. And we already know anxiety equals tension. And if you're a woman, most importantly, I mean, a lot of people have tension in their necks, but women definitely hold it more in their neck. I find myself, this is bad, but I like, lifting my bra and stretching, and, we're always, and sitting in this chair doesn't help at all. I don't sit ever, except when I do my lives. I'm pretty much always walking around because sitting is really uncomfortable. But using something like a massage oil, I went on a hike yesterday. I hit my knee, and my knee was super swollen. It wasn't that bad, but it was pretty puffed up and bruised. I fell on a rock, landed on a rock, and I used a CBD balm on it. And then this morning, I mean, it's a little scraped up, but there's no swelling, no inflammation, no nothing. And I don't know if you've ever fallen over 40, but don't do it. It just hurts. It just hurts. So I wanted to kind of share a little bit about what has been going on, like what people have been seeing. So some of the results that we've seen from people who have used CBD for anxiety and depression has been, sleep, better sleep. Even though there are some people who use CBD and it can cause insomnia, it can actually like heighten their senses and cause them not to be able to just go down to sleep. So I work with everyone kind of figuring out, okay, what's the good plan for you? Let's start in the morning, let's see how that works, and then let's try the afternoon, as opposed to a nighttime dose, because nighttime may not just take you down, it may keep you up for a while. So everybody, it's kind of like Benadryl with kids. Some kids, you give them Benadryl and they just, they're relaxed, and some kids, you give them Benadryl and then they're like wired. So the same thing with CBD. Each person is pretty individualized. But what has been really cool about this pandemic is that people have started making stuff. You guys are all into this DIY. So we've been, in the beginning of pandemic, I was doing a lot of teaching on making gummies and oils in our Soul Can of Life group. I am going to go back in there so we can start making some, I mean, I'm already in there, but I'm going to start doing some more workshops, actual hands-on workshops where I can send you guys some of the products and then we can cook together. Because I think that the best way to learn how to, dose and use CBD and have it as part of your life is to be hands-on with it. Like, I mean, it's the only way, really. So some of the things that I do have available, and I'm going to share a few of the products today. I don't normally sit on here and show products, but I am an affiliate now with Nurse Grown Organics, and I am so in love with these products. And I have sent them to pretty much everybody in my family now to try. I'm still trying to get a few more products in. But every single person that has tried them has had such good results. And when you get the products, they smell amazing. As far as the flower is so fresh, and the oils are just so calming, and just everything. The quality is amazing, and it's not gone through 20,000 people before it gets to you, which is what I love. So Nurse Grown is a nurse who it grows. She has her farm in Vermont, and they are clean green certified and amazing. And I just love when she shares walkthroughs through the farm, because I know exactly where our cannabis is coming from. I know where our CBD is coming from, and the extraction process and everything. So it makes me really, really comfortable and confident in these products, where I am not a product person. I'm not a salesperson. Like, I suck at sales. So whatever is coming out of this mouth right now, just know that this is excitement, not sales. I'm so excited. So my husband and I have been using the CBD flower every day, pretty much in the morning time. That's what I use. It relaxes me enough where my muscles aren't tight, things aren't tight. I don't feel stressed, but I can still take on the day and do whatever I need to do. So I'm really, really loving that. I even use it sometimes in the evening time if I just want something relaxing, but I don't want to like definitely go, hey Tiffany, hey Miriam. If I want something that's relaxing, but I don't want to go like, way too relaxed where I can't do anything, then I'll have a little bit then as well. So I really, really love the flower. And, a lot of people have asked me about smoking and how does that work. So in my group, I don't share any real smokable stuff on here, because I feel like for me to show you how to use all the different products, I like to be able to take my time. And in the videos in my group, I show everything. I even show myself smoking, okay? So you can see everything that's happening in there. But there are two ways that you can consume the flower if that's something that you're interested in. And I have been sharing this a lot, especially with the patients that have COVID or COVID symptoms, because sometimes they're just needing something to get them off the edge of that shortness of breath and the anxiety. And this is like really fast acting. So you can use a dry vape, or you can roll it like a joint. I mean, that's basically what we got. Okay, so this is some of the flower. I keep showing this because I love it so much. Like, I wish I could really like just have it in the screen and you guys could just smell it. That's how amazing it smells. But then the other thing that I wanted to share with you guys, like I said before, is just you don't have to, you can take capsules, because I have capsules here, and the capsules are the actual in oil inside the capsule. So the cannabis oil is inside the capsules, and you can just ingest these. So these are awesome. They're gel caps, and they're amazing as well. And then I also have the oil, like I mentioned before, and the massage oil. So this oil, the CBD oil, is a tincture. You would actually take it. Hey, you would actually take it. I'm gonna take some now. So I do a half a dropper. It doesn't taste. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I make my own CBD oil, my own cannabis oils, and this one has definitely an earthy taste, so it tastes like medicine. I put it under my tongue. Hey, I put it under my tongue because that's where um, a lot of your blood vessels are, so you can get some of this absorbed in. And to be honest with you, it doesn't taste amazing, but it is amazing. So I always tell people, do you want it to feel good or do you want it to taste good? Because you're only taking like this much, and it does make me feel amazing. So this is the oil that you take, but then I have the massage oils, which I really love. So those have been some of the products that I've been recommending, because I am an affiliate with Nurse Grown Organics. So what an affiliate means is I've partnered with Nurse Grown Organics to basically distribute these products to any of my clients. And these are products that I'm carrying for any and all of my clients. And then if you want to order, if you're not local, then let me know and I'll send you guys a link where you can order. The other thing that I think is really super cool, and this is something that we're going to be doing, this is like a DIY kit. So inside of here, there is flour. You see it? And there's also beeswax. So let me see how much flour is in here. I got glasses on, I still can't read, y'all. 2 ounces of Vermont beeswax and 1 ounce of flour. Okay, so there's 1 ounce of flour in here. So what you can do with this is we can make our own oil, we can make our own balm, we can make our own salve, we can we can cook with this. So this is what I will be including for those people that want to make with me, because I'm going to be doing a little class where we're going to make some things. I'll be including a jar like this that will get to you before class so that you can be prepared. And then let's see, mouth oil. Hey Dawn, does it ship? Yes, it does ship. Let's see, expiring. As long as you keep this in a cool space, like in a cabinet somewhere, you don't want to have it like by a window or anything like that. It should be fine. It doesn't have an expiration date on here, and honestly, I don't know that it would expire. It will just degrade over time. Like the more time it's exposed to light, it can weaken the cannabinoids that are in it. But the truth is that, it probably lasts like years, I'm assuming. I have some CBD oil that I've made in there, and I use it all the time, and it's probably lasted me, a year, months. But what I will say is that if you're using it every day, because you're using like you use a dropper, half a dropper each time, maybe you're doing 4 to 6 hours. So 4 to 6 hours is not what everybody does. I'll be honest with you. Most people, they're like, I just want to try this in the morning to kind of get me chill for the day. Some people are like, I want to try it in the evening. Some people do it twice a day. I work with each of you guys to kind of figure out what's the best plan for you. When I have somebody who's having pain, they may be every 4 to 6 hours, right? Because they're having to kind of like chase the pain. And again, like I mentioned before, anything that you take by mouth is going to take time for you to feel the effects, because it takes about 30 minutes. And I'll be honest with you, the other day, did not eat breakfast. I took my little tincture and I had to go to physical therapy, and I ran out the door. And then after physical therapy, I bought a sandwich. And once I started digesting like these avocados and everything else that was in my sandwich, like 10 minutes after that, I was like, okay, I could just start feeling the effects of it. So with the CBD oil, you won't have like, oh, I'm feeling it kind of effect. But it's the same concept for a CBD oil as a medical marijuana or anything like that. It takes about 30 minutes before those cannabinoids are active in your body and that you're actually getting the benefits of it. So just to give you that disclaimer. Ask me questions. I see y'all on here. Hey, Tiffany. I see Miriam. I see Candy. Hey. So Candy is also an awesome nurse, cannabis nurse, and she has her own line of cannabis products as well. And the way I feel is like wherever you can get it, if you're getting good quality products, like I'm all about it. Um, I'm really, really at the place now where I feel like, um, I'll just be honest. I've had so many people who call me and they're like, is CBD legal in my state? Can I have CBD? Can you ship it to me? Like, there's so many questions that honestly, I couldn't believe that the questions were more so about, like, can I have it versus, like, how will it help me? So I just found that so interesting the other day because I was going to send a package out to someone and she was like, is that legal in my state? And I'm like, yeah. And she was like, are you sure? And I was like, yes. So some states have CBD laws where, like I think Idaho and Nebraska, and there may be another one where it has to be under like 0% THC. Okay. These products that I have here all have THC in them, but it's the 0.03% that is allowed by law. Okay. This is the federally legal amount that's allowed in CBD products. However, every state can make their own laws. Right now, I know that for sure, I think it's Idaho and Nebraska were the two where they can only have isolate, and isolate means it doesn't have THC. Why does that matter? Because I get people all the time that tell me they receive their products, the products were, they bought products from wherever, and then they'll send me messages basically saying that they're still struggling with their symptoms of XYZ, and they don't know why it's not working. And then I usually will tell them to send me the back of their their CBD bottle or box or whatever. Like, I want to know what the ingredients are, and I want to know what the products are. And I was just saying this in another group. I'm like, I pretty much spend so much time focused on researching people's products more so than the consultations I do with them. And so it's kind of a little bit crazy because when I find the products and I look them up, you would just be like floored at some of the stuff I see out there. So a lot of times it's that they're not getting good products. And so, or not necessarily good products. Some are getting isolate, which isolate products means that it's just they take the plant the way it's grown and they're like, okay, we're going to extract CBD from this plant, right? Well, what happens is when you start extracting parts of the plant, yes, the CBD can work for some, but for some, they need what's called the entourage effect, which means they need the plant the way it's grown. When the plant is grown, it has THC in it. It's just a part of the plant. And so all of it together is what causes that entourage effect and gives you the full benefit of the plant. However, there are reasons when an isolate CBD would be helpful if you are a person who's like in law enforcement or healthcare provider or different things like that where they do, screen often and you feel like, hey, I could, possibly test positive on a test somewhere. We can't make any claims that, CBD won't pop positive on a test somewhere. If it's a full spectrum plant, if you're getting something like the products that I have. However, that said, it's a challenge because by not allowing patients to have full access to the plant, then you're also limiting the benefits that they can get. So that's something that has been that I've seen. So a lot of what I do is consultations with patients who come to me for symptoms, like they're like, I have insomnia or I have pain or whatever it may be. Like right now with COVID, I was trying to stop doing consultations because I felt like I was doing other things and trying to really figure out like where I needed to be in my role as a cannabis nurse. But with COVID, it's like you just have to do consultations because there's so many people having so many symptoms. So what I do in a consultation is basically look at everything, what medications you're taking, what illnesses you have, what your symptoms are, what your goals are, and then we kind of play with all that to figure out like what the best way to get to your goal would be. And some of it, unfortunately, is not what people want because if I tell them, if they're like, hey, I'm really depressed, and I'm like, okay, that's awesome, that you want to try CBD for your depression, this is something you can try. However, you also need to try other things like going out for a walk, or whatever it may be. So we have to use this as a tool, but there's other things as well. So today it was just like on my heart to really share these products because I feel like I haven't been out there pumping myself and saying what it is that I'm doing, mostly because I've been so busy and I put in orders on Fridays. Every Friday I'm pretty much just either shipping orders out from here or getting people to go online and do their orders. That's pretty much what I do on Fridays. And then during the week, it's just kind of back and forth between doctor's appointments and these consultations. So I'm excited. Yeah. So let's see what Dawn say. So IB Zumba. Her name is Dawn. Okay. I don't know. She doesn't want me to call her Dawn, but we're gonna do it. So Donnie. So a sneak peek about the class. So one of the things I want to do in the first class is basically teach everybody how to either make butter or oil, because those are like the most basic things that you need to make to be able to do everything else. Like if you can make oil, then you can cook with it. And if you can make butter, then you can bake with it or cook with it or different things. Or if you're like me, you could just eat the butter because it's so good. Sometimes I just put it in my coffee or I put it on toast or other things. So cannabis oil or CBD oil, depending on what state you're in and what's legal where you are, is all made pretty much the same way. But what's going to be beneficial is to know, one, like how much you need, right, with how to dose it, and two, what can you make with it, because you want to make sure that you're able to distribute your product evenly throughout your whole dish so that you're getting it dosed pretty well. I do make a lot of things, and one of my favorite things to make is gummies because they're so easy, and then you can just have like each one is dosed out already. So I love gummies because they're easy, but um, everybody has their own different thing that they want to make. Sometimes I like to make pesto with my oil. It just depends. Guacamole, pour some CBD oil on it and spice things up. So there's a lot of things you can do. You can cook with it. There's goes on and on. Um, but in the class, my main goal is to teach people how to either make butter or oil, and then maybe one or two recipes that we can make from that, so that you guys will have a baseline of understanding, and then you can just go and the sky's the limit after that once you start making stuff. And Miriam's not on here, but she takes the butter and she puts it on her ice cream. So everybody's different, and it's funny because when you put it on the ice cream, it gets a little bit crunchy, like shattery, and it's so yummy. I never thought that would be exciting, but thanks to Miriam, I've found new ways to enjoy that. So, anywho, but let me know. I'm gonna drop a link below if you guys want to order any of the products. Please use the link because then that way I can make a few coins off of any of your purchases, and clearly I put in a lot of time and energy to give you guys this information. So I'm super excited to kind of share what I'm doing and also why this is working. Like seriously, like I have people calling me almost every day, and it's now to the point where you just realize how much depression is out there right now, how much anxiety is out there. There's a lot of turmoil with everything going on, and we can't beat COVID because we don't know what COVID is, right? So the only thing you can do is keep yourself sane and safe and healthy, and in addition to whether you use supplements like CBD, making sure that you're, taking zinc and elderberry and, vitamin C, making sure you're, getting out and exercising and getting your sunshine and all those good things. That's helpful. Meditation, I love meditation. I definitely am a walker, so I'm always out walking. But I really, really want to encourage and stress everyone stress to everyone that during this time, like this is the time to really, kind of think about, what can I do to be healthier? What can I do to be better? So that, when flu season comes, because flu season is like right around the corner. And as a nurse, it's like one of those times a year that's like so stressful in the hospital, and in the healthcare setting, because it's just we get so many cases and the hospitals get full. And really, that's what it's about. Like a lot of times people say, well, how come when flu season comes around, they're always like, get your vaccine and blah, 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 but people aren't dying and, at the same rates and all this stuff. It's not about that. It's about the support that the hospitals can give for people who may get too sick or have RSV or, other conditions. Those are things that the system can't support, this influx of numbers of people coming into the hospital. And this year, I mean, they've had to really test those limits, right, with COVID. And I know that when the flu season hits, it's going to get insane. Like, I just don't even want to think about it right now because I just know how crazy it's going to be. But anyway, let me know if you have questions. I'm here to answer, pretty much everything that you guys have. If you're not in my Facebook group, I urge you to join it because it's a little bit less formal in there. It's definitely where I kind of show you guys more behind the scenes and a little bit more of the lifestyle, because I feel like that's important, that if you want to include this in your life, you should see, ways that it can flow with your life. It's not just, hey, I take these drops and then I just go about my business. What other ways can you enhance these cannabinoids that you're taking into your body, because they are super potent and super powerful. When people take them the right way, I feel like they see a lot of benefits. So anywho, I'm gonna go. I keep saying that, but now I'm at my 30-minute mark. So if you have questions, let me know. I'll put the link to the group and to the products in the description, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.